All right, Jim Ronan gave me this tip, and most of y'all probably don't know who Jim Ronan is. Look him up on YouTube. You probably will see a whole bunch of motivational videos of Joe Ronan. Thank you, I got through it. Motivation videos of Joe Ronan, and it's Jim Rohn, but I really don't know how to say his name. But yeah, bro, you'll see a whole bunch of videos not by him, but he is a pretty good speaker. Now he was talking about how to get the creative juices flowing, and he gave many good tips on this. So I'm gonna get into this, and I'm gonna get into that in this video. I'm sorry, y'all, speaking fast. Things get messed up. Okay, let's go. First, he really emphasized the fact of writing down the issues and writing down the problems that you got in your business. Okay, if you got something that you can't solve, write it down. It's action steps to solving it. You write it down. Then after you write it down, you look at it. Okay, so this is the problem I need to get solved. Now I can see it physically. Now it's you can't. He said you can't build a business in your head. So why are you trying to solve problems in your head? You can't do the finances in your head. So why are you trying to build the whole business based around what you got in your head? You should be building the business around what you got physically, what do you got present, and what can your team see. If your team can see it, it can scale. If your team can't see it, only you can see it. How do you expect? All right, so if your business, if it's not physical, how do you expect to scale your business? If your team can't see it and you can't work out with anybody what you're doing, how do you expect it to work out? Write down your problem, put it on from your head, put it on paper, look at it, see what's wrong, see if you got a problem with a certain level of conversion for your website to your Instagram, or your Instagram to your website, or something like that. Write the problem down. I'm having problem converting from Instagram to my website. Now you can look at it. Okay, why am I having problems converting? Maybe because my content is not really associated with what I'm trying to sell. So every time I try to sell it, people are looking at my content, going to my website and looking at it like, okay, that's not the same thing. So I don't want to buy something that's not the same thing. I like this content. I don't like this content. I don't like what you got on your website, but I like what you got on Instagram. So I'm gonna just keep following Instagram, liking a post, but I'm not gonna buy it because they're not selling nothing I like. And that's a problem with the business model. And that's a problem with the marketing team for your Instagram. Now you can go in detail. Okay, what can I do with the marketing team? Okay, I can tell them they need to post this type of content to reflect, the website. Because if they can't reflect the website and I'm not converting, that's no point in doing any of this all together because we're not converting from what we're trying to convert from. You get what I'm saying? Okay, now let's get to the next problem. What can I do? Now, before you even go on to giving it, before you even go on to talking to anybody, write it down or ask yourself, this is the first question you should ask yourself. What can I do to fix the problem that's on this paper? Now, that should already bring a whole bunch of, creative juices to the front because that's what a lot of people do. They ask, what can I do? And they start to get it done. Now, if you can't get it done in a reasonable time that needs to get done, and maybe, you can work on different aspects of it to delegate to different people. But if you can't, then okay, now it's time to start delegating and start giving it out to other people. Start doing this, start doing that, okay? But most of the time, you can do it yourself as an entrepreneur. You can write down, you can solve the problem. But sometimes it gets hard, so get your paper, do your paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Get everything down, get everything in order, so somebody else that look at can be like, okay, this is the problem that you're trying to solve. Once you do that, you can get a problem with other people, and then you can let them, help y'all solve the problem. Y'all can brainstorm together, and all y'all can get it done together. But if you can't get it done together, don't do it at all because no, if you can't get it done together, you can do it by yourself. Most of the time, you should do it by yourself because that's what's going to make your business go to the next level. All right, so most entrepreneurs have this ability, but a lot of y'all lack it, okay? And it's the ability to brainstorm. A lot of people think they know how to brainstorm, but they really don't, okay? They start, dilly and dallying around the concept of brainstorming when they don't understand the fact that when you brainstorm, you gotta let your mind go free. You can't be so constricting the brainstorming. It's not like being creative. Creative is built with repetition. Every time you sit on your desk and you start doing creative tasks, if you do that every day, you'll be more creative. Just like, these famous painters painted every day and they became better at painting because they did it every day. When you're trying to brainstorm and solve a problem, you're frustrating yourself by keep trying to solve the same problem with the same mindset. it's literally the definition of impossible. Doing something multiple times, expecting a different outcome. Now we go 120% at one thing, yes, and maybe that one thing won't work out. But when you're brainstorming, you can't keep hitting a brick wall and expecting the brick wall to break. You got to make sure get it malleable first. Make sure you meditate. Make sure you breathe. Okay, now you think. Think with a neutral mindset. What can I do to solve this problem that's on this table? What can I do? From what I know, what can I do? Okay, I read this book. Maybe this book can help. Okay, I read this book. Maybe that book can help. But if you go in it with a hard and stubborn and just egotistical mindset, it will be hard for you to solve your problems because you're so egotistical. You don't think nothing will work. You think only you can solve problems. Some things you can't do. And me personally, I never had the problem as an entrepreneur, thinking that I can do everything, because I know I can't do everything, because I never had the best grades in school. I never had the best anything. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I played sports. I never had the best time. Like, I was always in it, but I always want 120% in it. I always did everything I could to get better, 24/7. Went to every practice, did everything I could to get better all the time. I was never the best, but I did what I had to do. And that's what helps me in entrepreneurship. I always do what I have to do to get better. I don't dilly-dally in different things that's not going to get me better. So if it's track, I run every day. Okay, if it's schoolwork, I do the schoolwork every day. Things that you do every day, you get better at. But if you don't like it and you're trying to do it every day and you think that everything is supposed to be done by yourself, it's like you can't learn without a teacher. Like if you went to school and the teacher wasn't there, what would you be doing? Playing with your friends all class, right? And you can tell because if you had a substitute before and all you did was play with your classmates. If you never had a teacher, you'd be just playing all the time. So why do you think you're a good teacher? If you didn't have a teacher and you played all the time, why do you think you're a good teacher to yourself? Because you're doing yourself a disservice by giving yourself a bad tutor. You're paying yourself to be a bad tutor. That's what you're doing, essentially. So why not get somebody that you're already paying to tutor you and do a better job that you're doing to do the same thing? You understand it? Because if you work so hard doing one thing that's frustrating you, it's wasting mental energy on something that's not providing returns. It's actually giving diminishing returns, because the more you work on it, the more frustrated you get, the less you're working on something that's going to exponentially grow your business. So if you're working on things that's diminishing in return and you can't exponentially grow your business, you will never exponentially grow your revenue. And every entrepreneur wants to have the entrepreneur lifestyle, but they don't want to put in the entrepreneur work, which is causing a mass production of entrepreneurs that's not willing to put in the work, but always want to say that they're entrepreneurs and they want to have the big grand lifestyle. But on Monday through Friday, they sleeping or they talking to their girl and having fun with their girl all weekend. It's like, you're not an entrepreneur. You're a salesman or a self-employed contractor, but you're not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that does it every day, 24/7. And most people don't understand the concept of entrepreneur. Most people think is, if you own a small business, you're an entrepreneur. That's not what it is. If you're working every day in that small business and you're going 120%, you're an entrepreneur. 90 hours, entrepreneur. Creative entrepreneur. But if you in the business and you just working like an employee, like you go and change, like this, if you walk into your store and you go change the flower pots or, change the fryers, or you walk in your store and start folding the clothes and putting them on the racks, or you walk in your store and start washing the windows, or you walk in your store, let's say, you got a tech company, you walk in your store and you start changing out the keyboards because the keyboards are 2 years old, or you start wiping down the screens to make sure they clean for the your employees to come in. You're not an entrepreneur. You're a custodian, or you're a worker in your company, but you're not the entrepreneur of your company. You're not the head. You're not the founder of your company, because you're doing things that you're paying people to do. You're doing it. What are you paying people for if you're going to do it yourself? You're paying people to give yourself more mind flow so you can exponentially grow the company. That's what you're paying yourself for, which is all of my opinion. It's all of my opinion, and I might not be right. This is just from my mentors. I might not be right, It's all from my opinion, but this is what I think when you're getting to another level. Now, most people are not on that level yet. Most people are on the same level I'm at, and they're on the ground floor, getting the groundwork in, working 120 hours a week, getting the foundation down, reaching out to people, reaching out to influencers, getting things in motion. But a lot of people aren't really moving. Like a lot of people say they're moving, but a lot of people not moving how they need to be moving to get to where they're going to be going. And most people know exactly what they need to do to be successful, but it's not a lot of people that's willing to do that exact thing to be successful. And that's the difference between a self-employed contractor and an entrepreneur. It's two different, totally different paths. Self-employed contractor does work and gets paid, sells a product and gets paid. Self-employed salesman, that's what you are. You sell a product, you get paid. Entrepreneur, you create innovative campaigns, you sell products, you got a sales team, you got a innovative campaign team, you brainstorm with your team to get to that next level, networking, socializing to get to the next level, and you always worried about that next big thing, the big project, the big picture of the company. That's what you're worried about. You're the founder, you're the owner, you're worried about what's the direction of the company. That's what you're worried about. Everybody else is worried about what's happening day to day in the business, which you should be focused on as well, but you paying people to do the jobs that you used to do that right now you don't have the time for because you're focused on the exponential growth of the company. Now, a lot of people are self-employed entrepreneurs, and they don't have the time to focus on the big picture because they're so stuck in the day-to-day task. And when you get to a certain level, you feel constrained because you don't want to pay people to be employed for you because you don't think you're a good boss. And if you don't think you're a good boss, you don't think you're going to be able to delegate the work needed to scale. So if you don't think that you can delegate the work needed to scale, it's going to be really hard for you to run your company. So you got to buy somebody that's a manager because most entrepreneurs aren't managers. And I know that because of myself. I'm an okay manager, but I'm not a manager. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can manage, but I haven't had enough experience in management to manage. So it's like I will have to hire a manager to manage my sales team because if I can sell, I know what to do to sell. But if I can't manage, I can know how to sell all I want, but I can't manage the people that's selling for me. So how am I gonna get them to sell what I need to get sell, and how am I gonna get them to hit their KPIs? So you gotta know what you're good at and what you're not good at. And most entrepreneurs lack self-awareness. Most entrepreneurs lack self-awareness. They think they're the big boss and they think they're everything in their company. They think they're the best. But the biggest entrepreneurs know they're not the best in their company. That's why they hire the people that's better than them so they can pay them to be better than them. That's literally it. If you think you're the best in your company is going in the wrong direction. If you think you're the best in your company is going in the wrong direction because you should be training people to be better than you, not to be the same as you. Sooner or later, you're going to start hiring people that's on a different level than you and on a way different scale than you, and you're going to have to talk to them like you know what you're talking about. Or, talk to them like, oh yeah, thank you so much for joining, in the venture, let me know what you need and whatever, we can work it out. Yes, you're still the founder. Yes, you still have the power because you're paying him. Don't let nobody come into your business and take over your sales team and take over everything that you got going on. But if you get into like $5 million a year plus, I think that's the time where you can let go of control, maybe $1 million pass. That's what Alex Hermosi say. If you pass in 1 million, the best way to keep scaling after 1 million is to let go of control because that's what we had the most problem with in our business is letting go of control. But to let go of control is hard for entrepreneurs because that's what we had since we started. We had so much control that when we start letting our control go, it feel like we're losing something in the business. It feel like the business is not going to be as successful because we don't have as much hands-on work as we had in the beginning. But it's all fine because at the end of the day, we all gonna get the work done. We all gonna get it done because I know y'all. I know y'all gonna be diligent about y'all work. You're gonna post consistently. Y'all gonna do everything consistently because y'all want to be successful. Thank you for watching. Peace out.